right, we are alive.
Good morning, everybody. I forgot my paper. I had to find it. You know, I like my list. Serenity, Hospice, Home and Health. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, girls. How are you?
Good.
Listen, they brought me a cup, which is super exciting. I'm matching them now, for one. And look how cute their outfits are.
Yes.
I love it.
It's
Thank you for coming
Valentine's
to the
Day
show.
month.
I know, it is.
We're
I
eager.
want to wear hearts every day, but everyone looks at me like I'm strange.
Oh, you should.
I should. See?
Yes.
I believe so too. Tell us a little bit about who you are and really how you got into hospice and Serenity.
So my name is Kadee Teegardin, and I have been in the home health and hospice realm for about 9 years now.
It's a long time.
It is. It is. I really wanted to transition into a job that I could potentially work from home because I was pregnant at the time.
Aww.
And so I got my footing in and kind of developed into the billing realm. And then I came over to Serenity and became a community liaison.
Nice.
Yes, and I do the billing as well.
Well, that keeps you very busy.
Yes. Yes, it does.
How about you, Tina?
So my name is Tina Paden. I started out as a marketer for the chamber, and I wanted some sort of change. I had worked previously at a SNF, which is a skilled nursing facility, when I was much younger, and I wanted to get back into it. So I reached out to a local owner who owned an agency and asked them if they were hiring about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and she said, sure, come on over. And so I did that, and that's where I kind of gained my experience, and I took over payroll and a bunch of weird things, and then I came to Serenity. So it's a good time.
Very cool. And you guys are almost a year in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're so close.
Very exciting. And you guys have a mixer coming up to celebrate it, which is exciting.
We do in the middle of April, so falls right in line with our one from last year.
Nice. Very exciting. Well, let's jump right in. Let's really talk about, what you guys are about, what sets you apart.
So we are fairly new, and I think that kind of scares everybody, honestly, or they're really intrigued with us. We've been open, like she had said, about a year. Our owners are two younger individuals within our community. They were born and raised. It's John Hassett and Jessica Ashmore. They've known each other since they were very, very young, and they seen a need within our community and felt we were lacking an agency with consistency and continuity of care. So they said, okay, well, let's create a team, figure out what we need to do, and get this going. And so they started that, and they kind of hand selected everybody that's came so far. When it first started, it was just a couple of us sitting in an office, and we're just kind of like, okay, what do we do now?
What happens now?
Yeah, we have the license and we have the building, but let's hit the ground. So we started marketing to everybody and anybody, and just wanted people to take a chance on us. And now we have an array of physicians and healthcare facilities and loved ones and community referrals that reach out to us and want us to provide care to their loved ones, and it's great. And yeah, so we're now where we're at, and it's crazy. We have multiple nurses, multiple CNAs, and quite a large staff actually within the year of growing.
It's very exciting when you kind of watch your Facebook post. The things that you do on there are super entertaining, but it's also nice to see people who carry very high morals in town. And I think that's, nice when you are looking for someone to care for your loved one, definitely in the time of need, that you guys, support people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super important to us, and we try to have our staff members align with like how we would want our grandma to be cared for, our grandpa, or our loved one, and we just try to always keep that in mind. But I think honestly the biggest thing is how you treat your staff and like how you encourage them, and you make sure that they're getting like the care that's needed for them, because exhaustion is a huge thing in this industry, and being able to acknowledge that. And our CNO, her name's Mindy Sorensen, she's amazing, and she does excellent with that to take over whatever is needed to make sure they're good.
That's nice, especially when you have a staff that you can depend on each other.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and like you said, because it's a heavy load when you're dealing with hospice and death at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's super emotionally dwelling.
It is. But it's very rewarding at the end of the day. You take care of these patients and they become your family, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. And our families are seeing that we're caring for.
Yeah. Aww. It's always, one of those spaces when you think hospice and you kind of think like, oh, I hope I never need that. But you truly don't know when, whether it's yourself or a loved one or all different age groups can go on hospice. You kind of think it's for older people, but the truth of the matter is it's not.
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
so sad. And honestly, like the whole point of hospice is to maintain comfort, and you're no longer treating the terminal illness, you're treating the symptoms associated. So you're just keeping the whole point of hospice is comfort. And so I would rather go on hospice than not, because I don't want to be in agony. And some of our patients that we work with, the terminal illnesses that they have are so extreme and so painful that it doesn't seem like any other solution besides just getting them so taken care of.
Yeah. So I know it's really built around the patient, but I'm sure that the family is a huge piece to your puzzle as well.
Yep. So as soon as a patient comes on service, the patient's on service, but so is the family. And we actually follow up with the family 13 months after a patient passes.
Wow.
Yep.
All the way through. And we have contracts, it's called respite, where if the loved ones need a break because they have caregiver exhaustion, or they want to go on a trip and they haven't been able to because they're the main provider and caregiver for their loved one, we'll get them set up where they get to go stay for a few days and be taken care of in a skilled nursing facility, and the loved one can go do what they need to do. And so they're not feeling like they're losing their independence and part of themselves, but they also are making sure their loved one's taken care of. So there's a lot of different
It's
programs.
good that you bring that up, because I think when you also think about hospice, you kind of think the short-term thing. But the truth of the matter is it can also be very long-term.
It can.
It can. And you can actually discharge off of hospice as well.
You can get better.
That does happen.
Well, that's good too.
She's like, there is an upside.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's talk about your service and locations.
So we service from Kingman all the way through to Topak. So Golden Valley, Bullhead, Fort Mojave, Topak.
That's a pretty big
Golden
area.
Shores.
Golden Shores, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. But there is a need in all of those areas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oatman.
Ooh, that's fun.
I had to drive our little car out to Oatman one time on the back roads, and I was like, I'm going to crash this thing. Like, this is not a good plan. I'm the worst driver. But yeah, it's a pretty wide span, and we have some nurses that go to 3 of the locations in a day, and they just want to see their patients, and they love them, and they're like, it's okay. Yeah, Mindy, she's dedicated. She'll
She
go
is.
wherever.
She
so.
is.
Aw,
But yeah.
it's good. Well, and that you need that. Obviously, you want to feel like, like you said, almost like a family, really. That person's there in your desperate time of life.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. You have diabetic education classes?
We do. We teamed up with Joshua Springs Assisted Living, and we hold the diabetic education class the last Saturday of every single month. It's now changing to the last Friday.
Okay.
We're hoping that we get a little bit more involvement from the community, but it is open to the public.
So that's good to know.
Yes. You don't have to call in RSVP. You can just show up. It starts at 12:30. We have a diabetic educator that comes in, and she actually tailors the diabetes class individually to each person that's there. So she'll teach on different topics within the diabetic, but then she'll actually break it down individually.
That's nice.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
I'm sure there's so many questions kind of built around that.
it is. And I've seen, because we go to some of the classes to help with Angie, and you see patients that are not even just diabetes, but the family members are going to be supportive because they have a husband or a wife that do have diabetes, and they want to help with their diet and exercise and all of that. So
You kind of feel like the whole family has to change when it comes to a diabetic family
Oh,
member.
100%.
absolutely.
Especially them getting it later in life. It's a huge change in dynamic for them, and how their dietary is and everything of that sort. So our biggest goal with it right now is to get a higher census of attendees. When we first started, it hadn't been done in a while, so we were kind of picking it back up. So a lot of people were eager, and they kind of wanted to see how it went. So they're like, all right, we'll let them be the guinea pigs, and then we'll see how it goes. And it is growing, and
It is.
we reach out to all the local doctors and physicians and the hospitals and stuff, and just let them know. And they put up flyers, and it's open to the public, so anybody can come to just further their education and
Do
how
you
to
guys send
manage it.
reminders out or anything? Could they look it on your page or on Joshua Trees?
Joshua
Or Josh
Springs.
So
Joshua
they
Trees.
do, and then the chamber actually e-blasts it, and they
Oh,
put it
good.
in their newsletter every month. So, which is a huge help because there are so many diabetics in this community. It's super important.
And there is actually no other diabetes class in our community.
So that's good to know.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's pretty scary when you find out you have, diabetes, and so great tool, really.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Let's pull up, Jeff, one of the pictures. So I thought this was pretty cool because I didn't know you guys went out and did these little events either.
Yes, we are very, very big into the community and servicing our assisted livings.
What are you guys doing here and where are you guys at?
So on the left-hand side for Achieving Serenity, we are at Davis Place. We kind of dubbed our events within the assisted livings as Sips with Serenity. They really enjoyed drinking, so we go there and we
Somehow most people do.
well they have a 2 limit to their drink, so they don't get it too turned, but
They try.
They do try. They're like, we can
They're
have
like,
another
come
one.
on, little wink, wink.
Yeah, they said, if I call my daughter, can I have a third one? I'm like, no, I don't want to go to jail, please. But we go out there. Kadee is phenomenal when it comes to that stuff. She does ice cream socials, and she does, she did a senior prom with them at Davis Place.
out.
And
Yes,
it was
it's
so
fantastic.
cute.
They just want time, right?
Yeah.
They do. They had a live band come and they sang like from the 30s, 40s, 50s. It was a genre of music, and it was fantastic.
They crowned a king and queen.
They voted. It was so
It was
cute.
like high school.
Get
It was.
out of here.
It
I'm
was.
assuming that goes kind of to where your volunteers are needed.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We tried to have an event every single month at every assisted living within our community.
Oh, that's a lot.
It is. And so we do depend on having our volunteers come and assist us because we try to go together as much as we can. But, we're busy, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. So we do depend on our volunteers. So we are looking for volunteers.
If somebody wanted to volunteer, how would they start that process?
So they would call the office, they would reach out to Jessica. She does all of our coordination for volunteers, and they would have to do like minimal things. If you're going inside of a home, you have to have a background check. You have to have certain clearances, but it's no cost to you. You're just offering your time. And even if you don't want to do like community related events and you're not trying to entertain like a crowd of people, we have people that just need someone to sit with them at their home and do a puzzle, or a caregiver needs to go to the grocery store, or they haven't gotten their nails done in 9 months and they feel sad about themselves. So we offer a volunteer, and someone goes out there and they are able to do that, which is super nice because you don't want to lose yourself while also dealing with grief.
Yeah. They can also do office work as well, help with answering phones or filing, making admit packs. There's a lot diversity that they could do within the company.
That's good because not everybody, has the same, I guess, strengths. So it sounds like if you're looking to keep yourself involved, it's a great project for them.
It is.
In many different shapes and forms.
And we have a wide variation. Like, we've had people that were older that have came in and volunteered, and we've had high schoolers that have, volunteered. Their parents would call us and be like, my kid's in trouble. Would you need anything done? And we're like, absolutely. Come help me marketing material, because that sounds great.
I sure
Yeah.
do.
I would love to put them to work for free. So, but
We love those volunteers.
We do. We depend on them, that's for sure.
yeah, they're truly like the backbone of our organization, our agency, because without them, there are things that they just need help with, and we can't do that capacity and offer that to them. But if we can offer someone to do it, then that would be great.
Which is great. I mean, I guess that really sets you apart. It's it's not just like, I'm here to take care of you, but this whole circle of life is kind of happening through your guys' program.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about really your let's talk about this. So I was looking, on your site, and I talked to you earlier about, I think that you guys, what you do as far as marketing is super, super cool. It's very entertaining. You guys did the 2024 resolution post, which was cool, but this really stood out to me. And because, John has a lot to do in this community. So for him to, take the moment and time to recognize patients, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we first started this, John basically pulled out this giant calendar and alongside with Jessica, and they said, okay, any event that is patient related, healthcare, related, administrative related, you guys need to be acknowledging those and celebrating those. And so we've done our due diligence to map out an entire year's worth of on
is
top of our
not
normal
easy.
things. It's
No.
not.
No.
But same thing with mixers and things like that. He loves community involvement, but at the end of the day, we are all here serving the purpose of our patients. And so he took this one like super to heart and wanted to make sure it was super special, especially being our first one ever. He really wanted us to hit heavy. So Kadee and I and some of our field staff, they all offered. We made all of the baskets for each person and went around and hand delivered it and made them a card that said like, "You're the most awesomeness." And we had family members literally that live afar calling our agency and like, "I have never seen anything like
You
this."
just made their day,
Yes.
their year.
Yeah, even patients that have like slight diagnosis of like dementia where they are forgetful and things of that sort, they remembered that. They called their loved ones and told them like,
I
"This
just got a
great
gift.
gift." And
It's so
yeah,
cool.
and for somebody that sits at home, all day and they don't have a lot of interaction, it's just significant. And to be able to thank them for trusting us and thinking like their loved ones is a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, being on hospice and being homebound, most
Yeah.
of them are. To have somebody just recognize you, to give you a pat on the back just for being
just
you.
so nice.
It was. They loved the gifts, and I delivered a couple of them to the patients, and the smile that they had on their face, just seeing like what they were given, and the little card. I read them the little certificate that they got. They thought it was the greatest.
They did. They're
Well,
like, "You
and
want to come inside?"
Let's be honest for you guys. I guess I would assume most of the time you're seeing them, it's, to do medication or to go over this or to go over that. So to be able to, for your guys' own hearts and souls to go positively and,
Right.
have
Yeah.
this gift for them,
Yeah.
I'm sure is great for both.
Fills
both
your
ways.
cup up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
It does. And with
Yes.
Kadee and I, like our dynamic, we see them pretty much initially, and we'll go out and do visits. Like we're certified to help in that capacity, but we see them initially, we get them established, and then it's kind of out of our hands until need be. And we'll still check on them and check on the families and stuff like that. But the nurses and the CNAs and the social workers and the people that are beating the streets and in the homes, like those are the ones that maintain the relationship. So to be able to extend a gift on behalf of them and our organization in general is, it's super heartwarming. But to be able to go see them again, I was like,
That's
"Oh my
what's
god,
great.
it's so great!
Yes.
I haven't seen you in so long." I'm like, "I can't sit down. I'm sorry, but I would love to because I just want to talk to you all day."
They do. They do want to like share their entire story, and it's great. But I'm like, I love you.
Yeah. Hold on, I have a volunteer. I'll send back
Yes,
this week.
She will talk to you all day long. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Aw, well, thank you guys for coming out. Let's really end on, okay, so you guys just hit your year. What do you predict the next year really looks like for yourselves and for Serenity, really?
Well, for us, our main thing is we want to perfect what we have here 100% and make sure like all of our staff members and anything in the capacity of administration is taken care of and eventually duplicate or
because
replicate.
we know that John does nothing small.
Never ever. He literally is like, "All right, what's the deadlines?" I'm like,
You're stressing me out.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll get you a demographic report soon. I don't know, but that is always our hope. We want to be able to provide as great care that we do here elsewhere because
Yeah.
there's always
We
a
don't
loved
want to
one.
stop here.
Yeah,
No.
Why?
Well, are you guys going to move? Like, how's he going to mimic you guys? Let's be honest.
we're gonna travel a lot.
Yes, we are, and we're okay with that.
I just told him no Texas. Other than that,
How far are you going to send me?
yeah.
Right? That's
my
the
God.
question for next year.
But that is our hope: is just keep on trugging along.
Yeah. Well, and it's exciting to hear you guys say "are." When you see leaders who invest in their employees and make them feel this a part of it, that's where you see the change, right? That's where you see the love. That's where you see the growth.
Yep.
Yeah, and John's super big on that. You'll see all of the time if you're like, "Oh, are these your staff members or are these your employees?" He goes, "No, I work for them. I work with them." Like he's
They
like,
do a lot of bossing me around.
"Yeah, what do you mean? I'm just a supporting staff. Like I am not here to tell them what to do. They tell me what to do." And so it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And with this industry, you wear a lot of hats, but there's no room for like egos or anything of that sort. You got to just keep the main goal in mind.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, that's a great note to end on. I mean, that is really great. Thank you guys for coming today. Hey, guys, shop local, support local. Check out their site. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to either one of them. They're always available.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
All right, guys. Happy Thursday. We'll see you
Bye.
Tuesday.
Thank you.